Yo, what is up? This is the 50% crew versus the 13 skill crew challenge, and we are in the T-34 Soviet tier 5 medium tank today, and this is the 13 skill game. And if you're here for the first time, please remember to subscribe, turn on your notifications. It helps out my channel a lot, and please consider giving this video a like, because I guarantee you're going to be learning something, and let me thank you in advance for it. Now, if you are here for the first time playing a T-34 or don't know much about it, well, first thing you need to know is about the gun setup. There are two types of guns that you can use: the 57mm and the 76mm, which is the top gun. I'm not using the top gun, I'm using the 57mm, and I will tell you why. The top gun DPM is 1262 damage per minute, while this gun 57mm is twice that amount, 2500 DPM. Why? Because it reloads in not under but 2 seconds. It reloads in 2 seconds. It does less damage, only 85 damage, but the 76mm gun does only 115 damage. So this gun actually does more damage because you reload every 2 seconds, and because of that you run the 57mm gun, reload in 2 seconds. You don't need a gun rammer, because a gun rammer is just gonna improve your reload time by 10%, which for a 2-second reload gun is gonna be 0.20 seconds, which is nothing. It's not gonna mean a single thing. So forgo the gun rammer. Instead, you're gonna run the gun laying drive, which helps you aim when you're stationary. It helps you aim a little bit quicker. You're gonna run vents, because vents is gonna improve all your crew skills, all your main skills and all your individual crew skills. And you're gonna run optics, because that's gonna give you a lot more vision. Like I said, this game is about stealth, vision, mobility. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. I am using my stealth, shooting through the bushes. These guys can't even spot me. I don't even need to fire premium APCR shells. The standard shells will do. Why? Because I'm in a tier 5 game. I've got tier 4s below me. I just pushed a tier 4 steward off the hill just by bullying him. I don't need to use premium shells in this game because I'm top tier. Just fire my standard shells. Very low penetration, only 112 penetration, but that is sufficient enough. 85 damage per shot. If I need higher penetration, if I need to fight against higher tanks, which I will do in the next game, I will show you. I have 189 penetration in the APCR shells, which incidentally also does 1238 meters per second shell velocity. So APCR is fantastic. Now look at me here. I've got this guy's I'm gonna corner this guy, trap him in behind the rocks, and I'm gonna snipe him. Basically, I'm gonna 1v1 him right from this position, from the high ground, and I'm gonna angle myself out and try to use this rubble here to give me a little bit of cover. I'm gonna shoot him, but my standard shells, only 112 penetration, is not gonna cut it. Looks like it's not gonna penetrate him. Immediately after 2 shots, I switch to the APCR, and then boom, in the face. No problem penetrating him. He's a sitting duck. There's not much he can do. If he doesn't have 9 skills like me, he won't have the kind of accuracy that I have in my 57mm gun. Right now what I'm doing is trying to avoid artillery in case I got spotted. Obviously I did. If he was targeting me, I'm going to be sitting behind the lighthouse for a little bit so that he can't actually kill me off. And let's try to punish this guy. He's been spotted. I can see him, but I can't really penetrate him. Come on, you can do it. That's the problem with AP shells. Sometimes they don't penetrate, but in the end I made it work. And just like that, I think over 1000 damage already. And let's just fast forward this and let's go hunt down the remaining of the team. Now we're chasing that Stewart. That Stewart was on the hill earlier. That was a good player. He knew exactly what he was doing, but he could not challenge me because I am a higher tier tank. I have a little bit more armor. I have a 2-second reloading gun, which would probably do more damage than his gun, so I had to push him off the hill, and he was smart enough to leave the hill. There was no way he was going to challenge me. But let's push down this tree, see if we can blind shot spot these guys out here. There are still some survivors out there that have not been spotted. They could be out here behind the bushes, so I'm just doing some blind shots, and then once I'm confident of where they roughly are, I can do my best to pressure them, either shoot at them or try to close down the distance and try to approach them. Now I've not taken any damage at all, so I could easily push them, go down the hill, and use some of my HP to close down the distance and get as much damage as I can before this game is over. Obviously, I want to do my best in every game that I do. And now that I'm reaching the end of the game, I still have a lot of HP left in my tank. I can trade that HP for a little bit more damage, so that's exactly what I want to do here. See if I can spot them out. I don't want to finish the game dying. Of course, I want to try and get as much damage as I can. I don't mind trading some of my HP for a little bit of damage, but of course I don't want to, if I can avoid dying, I will try to avoid dying or giving away unnecessary HP. Now I just need to close down the distance and try to get this guy. There's a bit of high ground on the left side here behind this rock, so that's exactly what I want to do. See if I can get higher ground and shoot him in the butt, and that's exactly what I do. Now I just need to rush forward and see if I can spot out that artillery if he's there, or the last tank, but I don't seem to be able to find him. He's not in the bushes. Let's go down to the 1 line, 2 line. Maybe he's behind one of these rocks, but he doesn't seem to be here. I don't know what's happening, but looks like we're gonna cap it out. My team did the right thing by capping them out because the last guy seemed to be hiding somewhere. He's probably on the eastern side of the map and hiding somewhere. I got a first class and 1500 damage. Well done, good game for me. And now let's go into the 50% crew on the same map, but this time I am bottom tier. I am tier 5 in a tier 7 game with a 50% crew. Huge disadvantage for me, but what am I gonna do? 200 IQ. I'm gonna load up the APCR shells, which is gonna give me, what did I say earlier, 189 penetration, good enough for me to fight tier 7 tanks. I'm not going to do it on my own. Obviously, I'm going to need a lot of support from my team, but I'm going to do as much as I can to support my team. And what I'm going to do here is take up this position here where I am safe from artillery, and I can snipe these guys that are going to peek over these bushes, or where that rock is midway up the hill. They might peek over and shoot, and I'm going to punish them every time they do. And I don't have 6th sense. Remember, this is a 50% crew. You look at my view range in that green circle there. I don't know what's that view range. It's very little. And without 6th sense, I don't know when I'm spotted. So I'm just going to assume that every time I shoot, I am spotted. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just play it safe. Try to get as much damage as I can and contribute from a safe position. This is a very safe position because I'm very safe from the artillery, and it's difficult for these guys to shoot me. I'm only showing very little of my tank here, as you can see from this rock. In fact, I'm angling my hull as much as I can, so even if they shoot me, I have the possibility of bouncing if they hit my upper plate or something. Try to minimize your ability to take damage. I mean, if they hit me, it's possible I could bounce because I'm angling my front. So I'm doing my best to survive. Of course, I'm not the hero in this game. The hero in this game is actually this guy in front of me here at the rock. I think it's a Leo. He's doing a great job there. He is not exactly RT safe. He is behind a rock, but the artillery can hit him occasionally or can splash him, can do a little bit of damage, but he's doing a great job providing the proxy spotting. By virtue of being close to the enemy, he's proxying them, which means it's giving me opportunities to snipe at them every time they try to poke over from the bushes. They are permanently spotted. So now we are having some kind of lead, 6-2, which means I should be coming up here and trying to make use of myself here. I'm trying to spot these guys that are sniping from a distance, and that's exactly what I do. I can't spot for myself, but my teammates are ahead of me and they can provide a little bit of spotting, and the best thing I can do for them to try and help them is to try to be at a distance that is close enough to support them. I can snipe whatever those guys are spotting, but I'm also safe enough because I have a little bit of hard cover here in case I get shot at. I can, kind of duck. I can kind of avoid a little bit if it's possible. I didn't know there was a rock here. I'm trying to snipe this guy out. I didn't know there was a rock. There is some kind of hard cover there for him, and I didn't manage to get any kind of damage out of that guy, but that's okay. As long as I'm still here supporting my team. This guy is behind a rock, but I think I managed to track him, which is why I'm getting a bit of residual damage, a bit of spotting, not spotting damage, a bit of tracking damage. You call it assisted damage, yeah. And I'm trying to finish off this tank destroyer here, and that's it. The game is almost done. There is a couple more tanks, so once again I have the HP to trade if I need to trade. So let me try to close the distance, go out to the front, see if I can get some extra damage before this game is over. There's 1 or 2 more tanks. Let me try and get down this rock as safely as I can. Please don't take any damage. Thank goodness I didn't. Now I'm just going to try and go into third person here, wait for this guy to shoot. Once he's fired his gun, I'm going to close down the distance and see if I can circle strafe him. I'm looking at third person, waiting for him to shoot. It looks like he shot there. There he is. He's fired his gun, but he would possibly be reloaded by the time I get there. So if I take one for the team, I take one for the team. That's okay. Auto aim and fire at him. Try to circle around him. He's going to get one shot at me. He doesn't one shot me, so I'm going to be able to out reload him. So I'm just going to keep shooting him and keep firing at him. He is stunned, so his reload is stunned, but he's going to be reload pretty soon. I need to hide behind this rock for as long as possible if I can. I'm pretty sure he's reloaded by now. He's going to come after me. Please let me finish him off. Yes, I do, and that was that. Not bad for a 50% crew, as long as you have a team that is useful, that can do some things. Also another game with 1500 damage or something like that. But here you go, comparison of the results. That was the first game, and this is the game where I am bottom tier, firing full APCRs because I'm bottom tier. And I hope you took some knowledge and took some experience out of this game. This tank is definitely doable with 50% crew. It might hurt a little bit. You won't get great games all the time, but this tank is good enough for you to run a 50% crew if you absolutely have to. It is possible. Not the greatest, I wouldn't advise it, but if you did, this tank is possible running a 50% crew and getting good results. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you took something from it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.